Hello, welcome to another special episode.
Was this Irish?
I don't know. It wasn't Irish. It was a bad British.
We're reviewing Lucky Charms.
It was like Dick Van Dyke's version of Mary Poppins. Yeah, we're here to give you a little binge-worthy segment, and we are covering the limited series on Netflix, Inventing Anna, or Inventing Anna. It's Inventing Anna, but
That's a hard accent to do.
it is. So, I don't know how she does it. I don't even know what kind of an accent it is. But here we are. So, this is a show that has been on Netflix, and it's got a pretty good reception.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like there may be some mixed reviews, but overall, I think people genuinely and generally like it. So, Rob, let's kick it over to you, because this was a suggestion by you.
It was.
Sir.
I'm becoming a huge Julia Garner fan. I mean, from the Ozark, she's amazing in that. So when I saw this series pop, I actually didn't really know the true story behind it. But I was curious because Julia Garner was in it, and I wanted to watch the show. So this is a series based on a true story, except for the parts that are made up, which reminds you at the beginning of every episode, about Anna Delvey. And Anna Delvey is somebody who came to the United States, pretended to be like an heiress who was like totally rich.
All this trust fund money.
And she had like a trust fund versus like $40 million or $40 billion. And she was just this heiress to all of this money and basically duped all of the upper class, super rich people in New York into believing she had this money. And they were all about to invest in her to open up like the Anna Delvey Foundation, which was like this art building. Like she was very close to getting this built, this like prime real estate in New York to set up her own little foundation setup resort. And once I started watching, like I became really intrigued by the true story, because this Anna Delvey, like, I think is an amazing, like the real person of it. Like I started diving into the real story afterwards, and it is insane what she was able to pull off in her amount of time here. But sticking to the series for right now, the series does do a good job as far as, I think, lining up with the true story. There is a lot that they had to fill in. But for the most part, I would say 80, maybe 75 to 80% of it, from what I've been able to gather on their true story versus the series, it's pretty accurate. And it is amazing to watch Julia Garner play this character, because the accents.
I have a question. What are you wearing? You look poor.
This person's accent is like Russian/German.
With a little bit of English.
Some
maybe Ukrainian. I don't even know. It's like she talks like this a little bit, and
I hear I'm famous.
like, what are you?
It's
trying
hard
to
to understand. There's a great video where Julia Garner was on like Jimmy Fallon or one of the late night talk shows, where she explains how she developed the accent, and it's crazy because she builds it right there on the site.
So first I had to do like a European, like a German accent, right? But it's very subtle. It's like, have a vocal fry at the end of it, whatever, right? And then, I had to add like some little Russian for certain words. It was a very bad Russian accent. But then I start to do like this is more of an Anna Delvey accent, and then it gets Americanized, because you know how Americans kind of add a question at the end of everything? Like, you know what I mean?
Wow.
It's truly amazing, but it's great to see her from the character of Ozark being like the Southern draw that she has in that show, and then the flip to play this character. You forget you're watching the same person that you've watched over 5 seasons on the Ozark play this character. And is it 4? Sorry, they keep doing half seasons. It's hard to keep up. But she plays this so well, and it's amazing to watch the real person, because I think she mimics it really well. But one of the characters in this, Anna Chomsky, which people of My Girl will be shocked and also feel very old to see. I don't know if you ever watched My Girl, Macaulay Culkin. She's all grown up now. My Girl plays Vivian Kent, who's actually a fictional character in the series. She is based loosely on somebody who uncovered the story of Anna Delvey, but for the series itself, they created, this is a fictional character based on somebody. So the whole storyline with her is made up to kind of tie in the dramatic entries. Overall, though, I mean, the story, if this is that storyline interests you, like, it's an interesting dive. I think it's only 8 episodes, or it's actually 9 episodes. It's a mini series. It's only going to be a one-off, but it's very interesting to see how well people can be played, or how easy it might be to mess with people. I mean, you started watching it, correct?
I have started watching it, yeah. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm having a hard time keeping interested in it. I've gotten through the first few episodes. I think I've gotten through the first. I'm like halfway through the 4th episode, because we just talked about it this week, and I don't know, man. I almost get the feel of like the way it's filmed, the style of the way it's filmed, I feel like does not match the storyline.
Yeah,
It's almost like they're trying to do like it's a like the OC, or like it's like you know, Dining in the Hamptons, or like one of those types of shows where it's
Yes.
very like, ooh, pish posh. It's not a reality show, but it's almost like a scripted Gossip Girl type, like old school Gossip Girl, like that type of thing. And it doesn't match, because I feel like this is kind of a dark story.
Yeah, and I blame that a lot on Shonda Rhimes, who
Yeah.
people know, like, she's a creator of Grey's Anatomy. She does a lot of very dramatic TV series, and I 100% agree with you, because
That's what's throwing me off, because I feel like I'm not watching, like, this almost seems like a true crime story.
Which it is.
It is, but I mean, in terms of like, it's not a documentary, but it's not filmed like a true crime story. It's almost like this show should have been on the CW.
I agree. I can't argue that.
That's what I would compare it to. Kind of like the show All American that's on Netflix. It's filmed very much the same way, where it's like, I feel like it's aimed more toward the high school age, but yet the material, the source material, is very adult, and it's very, I don't know. But Julia Garner's performance that's what's keeping me hooked.
Yeah.
And so far, there hasn't been a lot of it. I've gotten a good amount, and I know what her character's about, but I think that's what will be keeping me engaged. But so far, I'm having a hard time.
Yeah, and I gotta say, it was interesting to find out the true story after watching the series, because I didn't want spoilers, so I watched the series for what it was worth, and then I went and like read news articles about Anna Delvey, and to find out the real story about it. And it's real interesting to find out, because it's almost as if they front loaded this with a lot of made up drama. Like the boyfriend, which you're going through the heavy storyline. No one knows who the boyfriend really, like, she made a brief reference about dating somebody in a startup company, and that's all anybody knows. So like the show, they like really dive into this relationship being a major thing, and like her helping him, and that's the part where it's like, except for the parts that are totally made up. Like, those are the dramatized. Man, what am I?
Dramatized?
Those are the parts that were completely made up. I will say, from like episode 4 on, it seems like that's where a lot of the facts and a lot of what they know about her do start to come into play. Like her trip to Morocco, a lot of that they've been able to track and figure out what she's really done, which kind of surprised me, that they didn't just make it a shorter series and focus more on the facts, that they felt the need to dive in, because I truly looked up the boyfriend after, of like, what I wanted to find out about this dream company, and it turns out like they made all that up. Yeah, but like all of that was made up. So I will say, after that, it does, at least the things that start happening are more tied to the actual incidents and the true story that happened. But yes.
So I'm getting to the good stuff then.
Yes.
All right, cool.
Why are you being like this? So dramatic.
So you're a couple episodes in. We're going to do our 5 attack rating system. What would you give in
So
15
far, I would give it a 3, solely because of her performance.
Yes.
And also, I do like, I like the lawyer so far. What's his
he's
name?
awesome. Aaron Moyed?
Arian, what is it?
Aaron Moyed?
Arian Moyed. I like him so far too.
Yes.
Because I think I might be most interested in his story because he seems so out of his depth, but he's still going for it anyway.
Yes, and eagle-eyed fans will recognize him from the most recent Spider-Man film.
Yes.
He was the agent.
The FBI agent or
Yeah,
whatever?
whatever agency he was
that's
from,
true.
questioning Peter Parker, but he was in that. But he is great. I love him in this movie. I'm excited to see it. Also, Top Gun fans, Anthony Edwards makes an appearance in this for quite a bit of episodes. He actually has a pretty big role, so it's good seeing him in it. I'll give it a 4 out of 5 because it held my interest enough that I was really fascinated with where she was going with this. It did catch my attention because it was based on a true story enough that I was really intrigued to find out what's the ending to all this. Where does this end up? And I did want to finish it before, I could easily have gone online and read what happened, but I didn't. The story, it was keeping me interested enough. Julie Garner's performance, it was keeping me interested enough to keep coming back and watch this first. So I think it's definitely worth a watch on Netflix if you're already a subscriber. I would say a 4 out of 5. I enjoyed it.
All right.
Yeah.
Great.
3, 4. What's that average? 3.5.
3.5.
Nice. Cha-ching. We gotta do like glitter. I don't know.
Just dollar signs. Pow, 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 pow.
But that's our review of Inventing Anna. If you agree, disagree, we'd love to hear from you. Give us your thoughts on the series. What you think was good, what you think was bad, who you agree or disagree with. We'd love your feedback.
Yeah.
And while you're down there, what do they got to do?
Oh, there's a little thing that goes ting. Well, it doesn't make that noise, but thumbs up, that'd be great, so you can like the video. Also, make sure to subscribe. Hit that little subscribe button, so that way, it helps us out, get our numbers up, and we can keep bringing you good content. You don't have to search for us, because when you go to YouTube, boom, it's right there.
Boom.
But even better,
you want to hit the notification bell, because when we post new episodes, you get a little pop-up on your phone that tells you to watch. And that's important, because we're staying up on content, and you're going to want to see it. So,
yep. That's all we got.
Oh!
Thank you very much. And be on the lookout for the next segment that will be coming out.
As always, I'm Rob E.
I'm Patrick Harney.
And this is
Attack on Show.